All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus Show. I am Lupagus, and today we're going to talk about what we can expect from Minnesota Vikings tight end Irv Smith Jr. in 2021. Before you check it out, be sure to like and subscribe. We are trying to work our way up to 4K subscribers. It's a long climb ahead of us, but damn it, we are going to get there. Irv Smith Jr. So let's talk about it. Just a situation here first. Coming in the season as first time ever as tight end number 1. Kyle Rudolph is gone. He's with the New York Jets. Tyler Conklin will be Irv Smith's number 2, and the battle for number 3 will be one of the more interesting aspects of camp with guys like Zach Davidson, Brandon Dillon, and the Zylstra kid battling it out for that third deal. We'll see how that shakes out. But Irv Smith Jr. will be the focal point. And I mentioned the word focal point. I actually think he will be more of a focal point of the offense. Opposing defenses are going to try to take away Justin Jefferson. He's going to see a ton of double teams this year. Whether or not they'll be successful, that is up in the air, which could lead to more opportunities for Irv Smith Jr. seeing the ball. He's a dynamic weapon. I mean, this guy looks more like a receiver than he does a tight end. He's got great speed. He's got great hands. He can be that weapon that the Vikings just need to get more incorporated into their passing game. And to get an idea of what we can expect from Irv Smith Jr., I mean, everybody's saying it's going to be a breakout year for him. We heard that last year didn't quite happen. He had some injuries, but one thing we can look at from last year is the last 4 games of the season. He was the man. Kyle Rudolph was on the shelf. You look at what he did the last 4 games. He averaged 3.75 receptions a game, 45.75 yards a game is what he got as receiving wise, and then 0.75 touchdowns over those last 4 games. So you take those numbers, you extrapolate them over a 16-game season. That's 60 receptions for 732 yards and 12 touchdowns. Now, I think we got to scale that back a little bit, especially when it comes to the touchdowns. I would be shocked if Irv Smith Jr. actually does get 12 touchdowns next year. That would be huge and really, really unexpected. Actually, I think the receptions, though, 60 receptions, this should be about what we expect, give or take 5 maybe. And I think the yardage number is actually pretty fair, 732 yards, but I would say more like 6 to 8 touchdowns is what we should expect from Irv Smith Jr. going forward next year. I think that would be a huge step in progress for him and, really make him have that break year everybody's expecting. Again, well, it all depends on the Vikings if they actually use him. They were talking him up quite a bit in the preseason last year, and you just didn't see many targets go to him early. Again, Kyle Rudolph was in there. But we saw the game where where Smith got a couple of red zone targets, caught them both. He doesn't do the same kind of thing that Kyle Rudolph did. He's more of a quick out guy, get open instead of going up for the jump ball in the back of the end zone like Kyle Rudolph. So an effective weapon, just a weapon that is used in a different way in the red zone. So I think realistic expectations for Irv Smith Jr. 2021, 65 receptions, 700 yards, 7 touchdowns. Let's go with that. I think that'll be a hell of a year for Swerve and Irvin. Let us know what you think his prediction should be in the comments below. What are some realistic yardage, reception, touchdown totals for big stinky Irv in 21? All right, that is it. And guys, remember, especially this Memorial Day weekend, to always keep your skull in your hole.